Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy who is in though. And we back talking sports. I would play the song, but I got copyrighted last time. So the Pistons what it is. So after the Milwaukee Bucks lost last night, the Pistons are now one are now the sole possession of the fifth seed. They're a half game above the Bucks, but they have a treacherous 3-game stretch coming. While the Bucks as well have, they have 3 teams that's been playing fairly well, but they have an easier stretch than us. They have the Knicks, Hawks, Bucks. We had Cleveland, Minnesota, and OKC. 3 teams, that have been playing very well. They got the Bucks, the Hawks, and the Suns. The Suns been playing better, but they just got blew out by Boston. The Knicks just got blew out by the Clippers, but they don't have Dame. So hopefully they lose 1 or 2 of those games. Now we got a chance at the end of the season. We got 2 games versus the Bucks. We have a chance at the end of the season to put them away. But NBA playoffs is back. The Pistons are the highest seed they've been in years, in almost 15 years. And man, it's phenomenal to see, man. Y'all tap in with your boy. Tap in, tap in. But yeah, man, we doing our thing. Now, the Pistons, they won against the San Antonio Spurs. I didn't do a video that night, but I will. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm really proud of them. I'm proud that the Pistons getting the 5th seed, even though they choked off a couple of games where they could be in line for the 4th seed right now. But it's all good at the end of the day. The Pistons literally, like, they had this game from the beginning. Tobias Harris ended up having 15, 8 and 4. Asar had 14, 6 and 3. Jalen Duren 14, 7 and 4. Tim Hardaway 12 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder had 7 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Marcus Sasser off the bench, his second back-to-back masterclasses for Sasser, 27 points in 26 minutes, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He's really there to get buckets. And I don't know why people keep saying that he can't play minutes with Cade, because when Cade get back, he ain't going. Marcus Sasser is not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. So why not, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to have him back up Tim Hardaway Jr. or whatever, if he keep playing how he playing, Tim Hardaway Jr. is older. Let him come off the bench and let Sasser come in. Sasser can shoot as well. He can catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying? Great win from the Pistons the other night versus the Spurs. That second quarter was probably the best defense I done seen the Pistons play without Cade. Like, really, with Cade, it's the best defense I done seen them play with Cade or without Cade. They held the Spurs to what? 2 of 19 shooting. And they ended up shooting 31% from the field. Before I get into playoff predictions and everything like that, the Pistons right now are a half game in front of the Bucks, the fifth seed. They're 1.5 games behind the Pacers. The Pacers lost. It was good, but I wanted to see the Lakers lose, of course. They are 4 games. Yeah, they're 4 games um below the Knicks. I don't think they're catching the Knicks at all. But they're 4 games below the Knicks. Nobody's catching Boston and Cleveland. That's for facts. But 3 to 6 is gonna be a dogfight because the Knicks have been dropping games. They're 5-5 in the last 10 games. The Knicks are 45-27. The Pacers are 42-30. The Knicks been losing to the Hornets, San Antonio, and they don't have Jalen Brunson. And I assume Jalen Brunson won't be back to the playoffs. Personally, they could drop to the 4 seed. And if you're asking me the number one team I would like to play, it is the Knicks. I believe the Pacers' defense is better. I believe they're deeper. They run up and down the court just like us. It will be the Knicks. Then I would say the Pacers. I kind of don't want to play the Bucks, but now I don't care, honestly. Giannis can't do it all by himself. Like, if you think Giannis going average 40 and beat us in a playoff series where Cade Cunningham is there, you must be out your mind. Where Cade Cunningham is the playmaker that he is and the scorer that he is, you out your mind, bro. That means you really don't believe in this Pistons team. If you think that Giannis is going to just beat us by himself. Then to round out the 7 and 8, you got the Hawks and the Magic. I think the Hawks and the Magic gonna be the ones that make it. Rather, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna end up facing each other for the 7 to 8 seed. I think probably the Magic might win and then get the 7 seed and play the Celtics. And I think the Hawks might play the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Aubrey? But yeah, the Pistons doing their thing. Now, let's go to the Western Conference with my Western Conference team. The Warriors. Warriors not doing so well, man. Warriors done lost 2 in a row. They are now in the play-in. They're tied with the Clippers, but the Clippers have the tiebreaker. So they are 41-31. So it doesn't matter if they keep winning. They need the Clippers to lose. Now the Clippers have Cleveland. They have a few games that they can lose, but the Clippers really have a easy schedule. I don't even reply to dumb shit. But it don't matter if the Warriors keep winning now. Now they got to try to fight off the Timberwolves too. All because you want to lose 2 games that we should have definitely won without Curry. And it's sickening. If we win these 2 games, we 43-29. We 1 game behind the Grizzlies. No, y'all want to lose 2 times in a row. So the Warriors are fighting with the Clippers and the Timberwolves right now. And it doesn't look good. I'm just being honest with you. Now, if they can get out the play-in and win their first play-in game, then we have nothing to worry about. But if they could easily lose 2 play-in games because they don't do good in the play-in. I'm just being honest with you. Sometimes I do bet. I'm not a serial better because I don't trust a lot of these players, especially the way they don't show up, you know what I'm saying, to play sometimes. But I do bet on my teams sometimes, like the Warriors, Pistons. I bet on some of my favorite players, but I bet smartly. So we have the playoffs coming. The playoffs now. I've talked about my teams, the Warriors, Pistons in each conference. They're both in the postseason right now. The Warriors were in the 6 seed. Now they're in the 7 seed. The Pistons are comfortably in the 6 seed. Actually, 5th seed, my bad. The Pistons are comfortably in the 5th seed. Yeah, it is tough, Steve. Pistons are comfortably in the 5th seed. So, matchups. Right now, I'm going to just give all the matchups of who I think going to win and everything like that. Right now, and I'm saying the Warriors fully healthy, I still trust them in the playoffs. This is a bad stretch, and they look horrible without Steph, but we're going to have Steph. But anyways, we got the matchups. We got I'm gonna go with the West first. In the play-in, we got the Warriors and the Timberwolves. Now, this is subject to change, but if the playoffs ended right now, if the season ended right now, the Warriors will have to play the Timberwolves. Not worried, we didn't beat the Timberwolves 3 times this year. And the Warriors know that this is the playoffs. This is not a game. So I would think the Warriors would beat the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves would end up I think the Suns will beat the Kings, and I think the Timberwolves end up beating the Suns, and the Timberwolves will play the Thunder. I got the Thunder in 6 in that series. So it would be the Thunder and the Timberwolves. I would have the Thunder in 6. That could go 7, but I would say Thunder in 6. Then you got my Warriors versus the Rockets. I'm choosing the Warriors. Warriors in 7. And I say in 7 because we don't have as great of an offensive talent as we used to. Nuggets Clippers, that's tough. That's a tough series, bro. But I'm a roll with the Nuggets in 7. I think that will go 7. Lakers Grizzlies, I'm a roll with the Lakers in 6. I'm not sold on the Grizzlies. And then the Lakers got Luka, one of the best playoff performers. And then LeBron, he do his thing in the playoffs for the most part, unless you gotta ask him to hit a clutch shot or some shit. So I have the Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, and Thunder getting out the first round. In the West, you got the Bulls and the Heat, and then the Hawks and the Magic. I think the Magic will beat the Hawks, end up getting to that 7th seed, and they will play the Celtics. The Hawks, and I think the Heat will beat the Bulls, and I think the Hawks will play the Heat. I think the Hawks will beat the Heat and end up playing the Cavaliers. I think the Hawks lose in 5 to the Cavaliers, and I think the Magic lose in 6 to the Celtics. Pacers, Pistons. I got the Pistons in 7. I think that goes 7. Pacers are a tough team. Bucks and Knicks. I got the Knicks. Before Damian Lillard went down, I would have chose the Bucks in the series just because of Giannis and Dame. But I don't think Dame. I don't think that Giannis and Kuzma. They will have Bobby Portis back, so he's an X factor. But I'm a pick Knicks and I'm gonna pick Knicks in 6. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Knicks in 6. So then you got the Pistons versus the Cavaliers, and then you have the Knicks versus the Celtics. I'm picking the Celtics, and probably the Cavs would dispatch of us, and then it'll be the Celtics versus the Cavaliers. In the West, you will have the Lakers versus OKC, and then you have my Warriors versus the Nuggets, which that's tough. What's up? I'ma choose my Warriors over the Nuggets just because that's how much I trust in Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry and his team in the playoffs. We have beaten them in the playoffs. The regular season, they have whooped us the last 8-9 times, but we have beaten them in the postseason. Lakers Thunder, I'm going Thunder all day. So that's where it end up, Thunder Warriors and Celtics Cavaliers. I got Celtics beating the Cavaliers, and I got the Warriors beating OKC and going back to the finals. Warriors, Boston, part 2. But in reality, it's going to be the Thunder and Boston But I'm picking my Warriors over OKC just because of if we get to the finals and we play OKC, I'm picking my Warriors just because we have beaten them before. On top of that, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler's experience and high level playoff play. I told you. I tried to tell y'all, bruh. I tried to tell you, y'all were laughing at me, bro. But I appreciate you, my boy. You been cooking too, bro. I've been tapped in with you, man. I've been tapped in with you, big dog. But yeah, I tried to tell y'all, fifth seed. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Fifth. You see me, I'm repping every day, bruh. I was doing videos on them last year, but I had to stop because it was just too unbearable. But I said it. I said, bro, the Pistons they're gonna be good this year. Nah, you tripping. What are you talking about? Then we went 0-4. Niggas was already tripping. See, what you talking about? I'm like, bro, chill. Chill. We gonna get this right, bro. This is a way better team than last year. Then 2025 hit. Ever since January, the Pistons been different. The Pistons are 27-14 since January 1st. That's right. 27-14 since January 1st. The first half of the season from October, November, December, they was finding a footing. They was still winning way more games than they did last year, but they was finding a footing. When January popped off, that's when they started really killing. We went on that 8-game winning streak. That's the longest winning streak we done went on in about 10 years, probably. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got K averaging 26, 6, and 9. We got Beasley averaging 17. Tobias averaging 14. Duren averaging 11 and 10. But over what? Duren really been killing shit like over the last bro. Jalen Duren is so good, bro, and I don't think people realize that from his ability to run the floor, rebound, his playmaking. Jalen Duren is averaging 14.6 points, 10 rebounds, and 2.5 assists in the last 10 games. So he's averaging 15 to 10. Come on now. Jalen Duren is getting better and better. He's only 21. JD only 21, bro. K 23. Stu 23. You might think Isaiah Stewart old because he been in the league for a couple of some years, but Stu only 23. Ron Holland is 19. Sasser is what, 21, 22. Asar is what, 22, 21. Malik Beasley only 28. And he considered our vet. And then, Tobias over 30. And then, what I'm saying, Tim Hardaway Jr. over 30. But for the most part, bro, we got young cats. And then you got Paul Reed. Lindy Waters like 21, 22. No, he like 23. Yeah, he like 23, 24. I want us to keep Lindy Waters, though. I like him. Give, what I'm saying, as we progress, give him more minutes over the years. But yeah, we got a young team, you know what I'm saying? And we got a nucleus. We haven't had a nucleus, bro. Oh, Lindy Waters, 27. Okay, so, but we got a young team. But yeah, man, I'm proud that they made me look like a genius and not a fool. You made me look like a genius and not a fool. So yeah, the playoffs is coming. They coming fast. And I'm excited. I'm ready for these last 10, 12 games to be over with. A lot of weird shit going on. I'm hoping my Warriors can get it together. Praying and hoping that they can get it together. And You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really do. You know what I'm saying? Steph come back and get shit back in motion because it's not looking good. They done lost the 6th seed because they wanna blow off 2 games. And that's what happens. This playoff chase is real, bro. In the East and the West, from 3 to 6, that shit is jumbling up and down, up and down, up and down. From what two to from 2 to 8 in the West is jumbled up and down. That shit is close as hell. Every night you can lose and be from the 3 to the 5th seed. Then you can win 3 in a row, be from the 5th to the 2nd seed. And I don't think, and the Warriors not playing like that's the case, and that's why they losing. But the Pistons are playing like that's the case, and that's why they winning. Two games, won without Cade. Last year, bro, we was getting blown out by 20 with Cade. So without Cade, we would have got blew out by 40, 50. We beating teams by 20 without Cade. I don't care how bad they is or whatever like that. Without Cade and without Ivy and without THJ, we won the game. That's 3 starters. That's our best player, our second best player, and one of our rotational pieces. And we still won the game. I appreciate this. I appreciate this Pistons team for sure. All I would say is this. I said we go into the championship. I will say this. We can win a round in the playoffs. We can beat the Pacers. We can beat the Knicks. We can beat the Bucks without Damian Lillard. I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. How stuff is shaked out, I wholeheartedly believe that. I think the Bucks they might fall. I think if the Knicks don't get it together, they could fall because the Pacers are a really good team, and they've been on a really they lost at the buzzer last night. They really choked that game off. They choked that last possession. I don't know why Tyrese Halliburton won in the game, but they've been playing really good basketball, and Knicks are still without Jalen Brunson. The Knicks going a little slide, or they keep losing to these games they ain't supposed to lose, they could drop, and then it'll probably be us and the Knicks. Like they got Milwaukee next, New York and Milwaukee need to win. If New York win, then everything's good. But if the role players and Giannis step up and go crazy and beat them, then that's another loss for New York. Now Pacers closer. Yeah, New York, I see some losses for sure. Boston, Cleveland, they can't beat them at all. Then they gotta play us, Detroit. Then they gotta play Cleveland again. Yeah, they got some losses coming for sure. They got some losses coming. So I see about 3 or 4 losses for the Knicks. But the Pacers, they will have to keep winning. But the Pacers got Washington. They got OKC. That could be a loss. That could be a win. They got Sacramento, Charlotte, Utah. Those probably should be 3 wins. And then they got Indy. They got Denver. They could lose to Denver. They could beat Denver. They got Washington. Don't sleep on Washington, but at the same time, they should beat them. But then they got Cleveland and Orlando. Orlando fighting them. So these last 10 games is gonna be very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're gonna see where everything shake up at. What I do know is that the Pistons will be in the playoffs. No, I haven't said that in years. The Pistons will be in the playoffs regardless of anything. We got like 9 games left. The Pistons definitely will be in the playoffs. So we just gotta figure out which seed we gonna be. Are we going to be the 5th seed, the 6th seed, the 3rd seed, the 4th seed? We can get either one of those. But we got the toughest stretch though. That's what make it bad. So we could still be the 6th seed because we have the toughest stretch. I don't know if we could. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if we could withstand 3 straight losses because you gotta think, Atlanta is six wins behind us. So we get to keep losing. We lose 3 straight, and they win 4 straight. We in trouble. They got Miami, they got Milwaukee, they got Portland, they got Dallas, they got New York, Utah, Orlando. You know what I'm saying? They did lose last night, but we got to take care of it. We got to win at least one of these games, bro. I expect for the Pistons to win at least one of these next 3 games. So I know they tough, but if we want to prove we serious, if we can hang with the big boys, then we got to win one of these games. If the Suns could beat Cleveland, if Sacramento could beat Cleveland, why we can't beat Cleveland? Got to get it done. Warriors, you got to lock in. Now you in the play-in. So like, share, subscribe, hit that join button. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Wanted to talk about my Warriors and the Pistons and the NBA playoffs, who I think gonna be in the playoffs. I mean, who I think gonna win the championship. I basically broke it all down for you. So I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button. I'm out, man. Peace.